And take two. Sorry, guys. I was in the middle of recording and my thing just decided it was going to cut it off and wasn't going to let you guys get the rest. So, Purple's a natural artist, so we're just going to start again. So, what Purple does is love you as God or Source loves you. Non-judgmentally accepting you for who you are, what you are most of the time. They find ways to express themselves in all ways, shapes, and forms to model authenticity and emotional availability in kind, loving relationships. They love a variety of people, valuing uniqueness and the difference found in people out of trust. They also have the compassion and the strong conviction that they can safely build a bridge to you so you can seek them out, and vice versa. They manifest emotional freedom, trust, and openness in their relationships because they want to work together with Purple. They are able to relate to strangers as though they are family members. Purples know what love truly is. Their interpretation of that focus is found in their voice, their eyes, their heart, and their look. So here's the story. When Jesus was incarnated as a human being, right? He chose the purple soul ray to guide him on his journey. As Christians often believe Jesus was a man, and apart from how he has been used as an example to coerce others into following a specific spiritual path, he focused on being a teacher who brought enlightenment to humanity and taught love through his non-judgmental and insightful stories about human experience. Therefore, some people will comprehend what purples are like by looking at their own prior relationship with Jesus, if it happens to be a good one or not. And others will start to understand the historical figure for the first time by looking at their friends who master the purple soul ray to see what it must have been like. All purples are comfortable with a wide range of emotion. Is one of the signature features of their gift. Thus, like Jesus, they can be there for someone when things are not going well, in the midst of struggle. They love to love the person in dire needs. They love people with devotion, care about them and who they really are, and give the gift of their presence and time to assist those people who have been less fortunate and need their love. So, defining them, the natural artist refers to a person who wants to create emotionally and emotionally inspirational art. Our intentions affect the product when we produce something. So, motivation is key. People with the Master Chakra intend when they perform to inspire people to learn how to be whole emotionally. They don't go about creating their art because they want to satisfy an internal desire to express themselves alone, regardless of its effect on others. That's not how they operate. Purples want their art to be beautiful, even as it considers the shadow side of humanity. Natural artists find canvases everywhere, and when they intend to create art, they use both traditional and non-traditional forms. For example, some hairdressers and food service workers may not consider themselves to be artists, right? But the way that they do their work shows that they are finding a way to share a love, passion. Design is important to them in all that they do, in the way they look, dress, and love. Love has a broad definition, but here it means action that can pass the effect of raising someone to their next level, emotionally and physically. The art of raising someone's overall energy level and quality, even if that process is not always expected, allows someone to feel good about themselves. A natural artist looks at the world as a space in which to love, in which love can be built, and then ask, how do I accomplish this? Their art explores that exact question. So some of the purple gifts are, they have an artistic ability, right? Purples have to create anything from high-end paintings to rustic art. You can't put it into a box in terms of how it looks. Yet each piece is dynamic, multi-layered, and strives to bring people together in a specific way. Reality, as they see it, has many, many doors. And they want to create one where peace and harmony reside. So, it sounds idealistic, but it's their path. The third eye, where we imagine who we are, has rods and cones in it, and visions come unbidden through this energy center. Part of living on the purple soul ray means you gain access to an overabundance of warm, loving energy that goes out to others in addition to an always fiery passion that burns inside. The purple energetic focus is forced to express itself in terms of what it sees because it originated through the third eye into the human experience. Since chaos is always available as a formula for inspiration, it can be manifested most easily. Purples want to create a vision because if they don't, then the chaos will take over. The organized pictures are more real than the other ones. And they become the movie we watch when the purples turn on their film. So, they are good at analyzing things as they go along, and holographics. So they believe that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So they also they intuitively understand how to move gracefully in a flow. So, and their solar plexus chakra helps them in this area. They can use this to their advantage when they perform in a theater or when a job demands. So that is another. So the result of this is the performing arts of all kinds is their way of helping us grow. This kind of musing comes naturally to a purple. Their visions and becoming interested in expressing them is focused on growing, changing, and expanding. They picture what they want to see in the world. Chaos contains the elements of creation, and thus even garbage is vision of beauty. The natural artist brings into harmony what doesn't look or feel right. It's the energy of love that a purple brings into their art when they are in their gifts that makes a way for us to walk inside it. It's how they attain depth on the two-dimensional planes. Love is in the air. They reveal that. Art is important to life. It's the focus and the medium through which we can remember who we really are and stay focused on that. So, they are hands-on laborers. They love to have their hands on what they're doing and any kind of work that they do. So, it's the way they work and what they put into it that equals love. So it's a transmutation of the many emotions the experience their art creates that attracts people to it. When purple see visions about how something is supposed to be, what they are supposed to make, it places them in a position of intolerance towards anything less. They become impelled to gratify their desire for what they saw in their head, always better than what they see in the world. So, by creating, so they go out and they create that item if they don't see it in the world. Finished creations are either awesome or they're not. They either really like something or they really don't. They also have strong emotions, both positive and negative, about how to do things socially. They talk to people through their art and engage them in what they want them to do. They want to be the ones to manifest the appearance, not to mention the context of it, of the object or relationship. This is how they take control in the marketing field. They are confident in what they know about art. They will often point out what doesn't match or is disproportionated in another's appearance, or in the appearance of anything they own. They are good at pointing out flaws, unemotional, unmoving art, music, and appearances, even the stuff everyone else likes. Another one of their gifts, they are spiritual teachers. Design where form meets function creates order and harmony in both our physical and physics environment, allowing people to connect to the real truth of who we are. A purple's goal as an artist is to guide us home through their point of view. That's how they get to become spiritual teachers in addition to artists. Purples enrich time with the things they make from what they see, and they always are sacred cows for that person. Any Master Chakra ultimately finds its area of dominance to be important. That's how their ability to decorate anything helps the world to live less with baggage, so it's not so weighed down. Lighting up the world with beauty and presence. It's a trap if they fail to not do this. If purples don't create something that enriches people's experience on this planet, its appearance will reveal it. Their love will fail. In their gifts, they work to give to the world what it needs and to return humanity to its own loving, kind nature. Isn't that what Jesus discussed and taught as well? They see into your soul with their powerful loving third eye. That's how he found his insights as well. Jesus was a really cool light worker who was psychic. Purples use their psychic awareness to understand other dimensions and bring them here, connecting us with the love of the entire universe. So, marketing. They're another one of their gifts is they're great at marketing. Our purples today come from the same place internally. Once two of them gave me I got off track. Yeah. Sorry about that. So they are good at marketing. This is possible because when an art form is going to be shaped as a way to get people involved in the experience, the people of the soul ray often know that certain relationships among style and form must be honored. They are good marketers because they look underneath the emotions to see what creates them, and follow that back to the beginning and decide what lines, colors, and shades will give them the reaction they are looking for. So advertising and marketing connect people to worthwhile activities that can only be experienced if someone is emotionally moved. Otherwise, they might not be so inspired to get out of their chair, pick up the phone, or buy something. So, another one of their gifts is interpersonal awareness. Purples strive to stay in control of the human interaction taking place around them. They use their psychic powers, as you may say, to make things less choppy, and then knit together seemingly unrelated aspects of different people to smooth out relationships. They aim to make the complex more basic when it comes to feelings. They can explain their interpersonal on both an intuitive level and from the perspective of raw knowledge. This is how people sometimes experience their knowledge being shared as raw. Their ability to see other people's motives and intuitive of what they'll do is based on their willingness to look at the dark and light sides of people. They tend to be realistic about humanity and what we do because they know people. They consider how they know people to be a point of praise. As reality experts in human dynamics, they sharpen their skills by bringing love to the table when it isn't being served. They open their hearts and talk to people, getting their attention, teaching them how to want more and still get what they need. Purples want the best for people all the way around. So, another one of the gifts is they're always aiming for victory. So it's just natural for people with a Master Purple chakra to aim high. If you're going to have a relationship, why have a bad one, right? So it needs to feel a certain way and be of high quality. If you're going to bother planting a garden, it needs to be weeded so that it looks pretty. Victory is a quality in their blood. They move towards it even in their sleep. But in spite of their focus on having the best and being the best, any purple can surprise you with their mix of luxury and down-to-earth humility. So, that is some of their gifts. Another one of their gifts is the ability to act on and off stage. So purples love to become the person who you need them to be in order to love you. Sometimes they lose themselves in playing their many roles because they love to merge with with the other person's need to play to them. And part of the creation process, they will change themselves around different people because they are great at acting and enjoy pleasing the crowd. This is how they are able to be the best actor and actresses. Manifesting a new personality completely with new motives and all the trappings can do more harm than good at times. Regardless, that's how the neighbor who yelled at you one day for not mowing your lawn effortlessly becomes the stand-up guy living the American dream the next moment, right? While telling everyone he never bothered you. Purples can use emotions to change reality for better or worse. So, they are great. They have a great manifestation ability. The Purple Master Chakra has an amazing ability to manifest that which they desire. Their imagination is strong, powerful, and as a group, they are psychic. Creation comes as second nature to them, with their energy dominant as the third eye chakra. They picture what they want to have happen in their lives as a matter of course. Since they are so focused on feelings and look for love among them, purples get to know themselves along the lines of what they do and don't want. They can I can never say this word. They can tell the difference. I'm just going to use that word instead because what they do from what they don't wish to have around. So, to manifest any desire, one must really, really want it. Well, purples are the most passionate people. They have no trouble coming up with not only a desire, but a deep desire for what they want. All emotions are their all emotions and all are honorable. Yeah. Purples receive the messages inside the feelings and act accordingly. Therefore, they can become very rich because they have the ability to vibrate and conjure up feeling wise what they want and stay away from what they don't want. Purples can also teach you what they know about how to manifest whatever you need. So, they are great teachers of love. So, purples themselves teach love directly through speech, trying to get closer to your darkness to transmute it. They help you shift your emotional state through their interactions. I don't know if she is a purple, but if I had to guess, I would say my coach was probably a purple. They are open to helping anyone, even when you barely know them. But you may be a violet too, because purple goes with violet. So I'm just rambling now. It makes you think, though, who is who, right? So even when you barely know them, they'll give you their advice on how to handle your feelings and get on the same level with you in order to engage with you. They speak in many lessons. They are humanitarians at heart and incorporate themselves in the world in so many ways to change it in order to bring more love to people. That is why they start businesses, write TV shows, and become science teachers. How to get along and relate to others, how to feel, and how to work together are basic topics they master, discuss, and teach in multi-dimensional ways. Purples like to witness you being the divine for others, doing your best, laboring for that which you love. They can relate to love. They cannot abide for long the intolerance of the world that judges them and claims they are crazy due to their emotional states. That is where the stereotype of the insane artist knocks on the door. They can't stand how they wanted something more. They wanted to create something for the world and needed emotional support for themselves to do it, but they got nothing for their trouble. They can be hurt by lack of love. They don't intend to take it out on you, but be aware of this. So, some of the purple traps are, they're not good at making do with what. So, sadness can be a stumbling block for purples who think they must have the best materials before they can focus on creating things to match their vision. So, when the perfect things they need don't show up as such on the topside world, they can withdraw and they can be quite snobby, not wanting to interact with people around them or combine the best materials with the less than the best to do what they need to do. But this is what life requires. It's important not to pressure them, but instead express care and genuine kindness. But sometimes purples must know that in order to proceed, we must make do. Ironically, purples may need to lower their standards in order to stay in their gift and keep going. By doing so, they restart their engines. The way to regain perspective after it's been lost is to receive the abundance they have access to. So, another one of their traps would be speech contains feelings, not just facts. So, they must process emotions all the time. They always think about how they feel. The things they say reflect their internal turmoil, if bothered. For some purples, the things they decide to say don't necessarily express what they believe, but express feelings, and the two can get mixed up. Like anyone else, purples can wish to express emotions along with thoughts, but they use language as a tool of manifestation differently than other colors. So, because they are willing to speak the future to power, their speech at any time then may not reflect the position they hold, but rather radical positions. they want to hold. In short, when they talk, some purples always express their feelings, not facts. And sometimes also the future. Knowing this can help you remember not to rely on them to always mean what they say literally. Purples analyze, think, and feel. It all just kind of comes out. This can be a gift or a trap. It depends on the result. Another one of the traps is pushing buttons. Since it's pretty difficult to be in a relationship with purples without giving them access to your life, get ready to be emotionally vulnerable. And their gifts, they love to listen to your stories and help you to get over them. They are just unable within their traps to be directly loving and kind person all the time. They can manipulate people with emotional kindness by betraying their trust. It's nice to know that anytime a color goes into their trapped state, they're trying to do their gift. They just don't know how to. As Jesus would say, they don't really know what they're doing. Purples will try to get you to do what they want you to do unconsciously by hitting all the triggers they can find, which they find through intuition. Their tripping of our emotions sevenfold will cause us to have to stop and do a lot of sorting. Additionally, it will take us some time to learn the lessons they have to teach us through their button pushing. Yet in the traps, purples will destroy what they decide they cannot love, whether that be a person's self-esteem or their plans. The opposite of love is fear. In protest to the lack of loving environment they don't create, they destroy. It's basic instinct located in the lower brain. With so many emotional connections hooked up between you and them, because their main chakra is emotional, they can very easily make you feel all of your immediate pain under their surface. When emotionally triggered, which often happens when they feel hurt, they may say harsh things that upset you on purpose. They can accomplish this through a few words. They can do this by creating anywhere from a small or large amount of fallout. It depends on a prior relationship. Purples are good at being loved, and part of their loving you is helping you release that baggage. In this sense, they do you a favor when they hurt you. Purples have their own baggage to unload, and no one is capable of loving all the time. They need our love and understanding. It helps them relate to us and love us back. Most of the time, purples want to make you feel good, unless they're in their traps, of course. Sometimes when they're in their trap state of existence, in the doors of their egos, they really won't understand how to love you over the long haul, because they'll be busy using their emotions to go to the next steps. They'll seek emotional experiences for the sake of feeling powerful, not because they lead to something good. So, materialism and lesser product. If an artist profits from their work in order to sustain themselves, they can be fine. But by getting overly focused on making money and turning their work into a money maker, purples must take care. When they stop focusing on the real reason they want to contribute in the first place and lose conscious awareness of the inherited purpose, which is to give to the world something it needs, the art how they create becomes solid and people can tell. The The resulting product won't have the quality that attracts people to it in the first place. At some point, when quality is lost, art won't move. It's when they are in their traps that purples create art that gives you cause to pause for the worst. But another way, since love is who they are, right? They can lose themselves when they focus too much on money. One of the ways they lose themselves from falling into this trap is by charging a very reasonable price for what they create. So, heart contains art. Tongue twister there. The purple spiritual gift teaches us how to love, what it means, why it's so important, how it's achieved, and how to open ourselves up to it, right? They give love lessons verbally through their perspectives and philosophies of life. They circle back to exploring love and how it works. Their words create a spiral, always circling back to what's really important. In their gifts, purples teach us how to create anything we desire to have or experience. They also teach us how to love anything. To wit, they make things for you to show you love. So, some famous people that are purples. Do you know any? Well, John Lennon was a visionary singer, and former Illinois governor I can never say his last name because I had to look these people up to see who were purples. So the former Illinois governor Rod Blagojevich was a purple. In his gifts, he gave children health insurance in Illinois. In his traps, he sold a Senate seat. So quite a few actors and actresses are purples as well, such as Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp. So, that is some famous purples there for you. Do you know any purples in your life? Can you find the purples in your life and see who they are? I would love to know who some of your purples are in your life. Tomorrow I'm going to go into violets, and they are the natural helpers. So, till next time, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.